9 common foods that silently damage aging bodies and what to eat instead. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found us. This is a place where we talk honestly about health after 60. No complicated medical jargon, no scare tactics, just practical information that can help you feel your best in these wonderful years. Today, we're going to talk about something that affects every single one of us, multiple times a day. Food. Now, I know you've been eating for 7, 8, maybe 9 decades, and you might think you know everything there is to know. But here's the truth. Some foods that seemed perfectly fine when we were younger can actually work against us as our bodies change with age. And I want to be clear right from the start. This isn't about taking away everything you enjoy. This is about understanding how your body works now at this stage of life and making choices that support your energy, your memory, your joints, your heart, and your independence. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's talk about 9 common foods that might be silently causing problems, and more importantly, what you can eat instead that will actually nourish and protect your aging body. Why this matters now. Before we dive into the specific foods, I want you to understand something important. Your body at 70 is not the same as it was at 40 or 50, and that's not a bad thing, it's just different. Your digestive system works a bit slower, your metabolism has shifted, your body processes sugar, salt, and certain fats differently than it used to. Think of it like a car. A brand new car and a car with 200,000 miles on it both get you where you need to go, but they need different kinds of care. The older car needs higher quality fuel, more frequent oil changes, and a gentler touch. Your body is the same way. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that inflammation increases as we age. This is sometimes called inflammaging. Certain foods can either calm that inflammation or make it much worse. And inflammation, my friends, is at the root of so many issues we face. Arthritis pain, heart disease, memory problems, even diabetes. The good news? When you know which foods are causing problems, you have the power to make different choices. Small changes can lead to big improvements in how you feel every single day. Now, I'm not a doctor, and nothing I share today replaces medical advice from your physician. But I am going to give you information based on current research and nutritional science so you can have informed conversations with your healthcare team. Let's get started. Food number 1, processed deli meats. The first food we need to talk about is one that might surprise you. Processed deli meats. I'm talking about bologna, salami, ham, turkey breast from the deli counter, hot dogs, and packaged lunch meats. Now, I know these are convenient. A quick sandwich for lunch, easy to chew, and they've probably been a staple in your diet for years. But here's what's happening inside your body when you eat these regularly. The problem. Processed meats are loaded with sodium, often 500 to 800 milligrams per 2-ounce serving. After 60, your kidneys don't filter sodium as efficiently, and high sodium intake directly raises blood pressure. According to the American Heart Association, adults over 65 should aim for no more than 1,500 milligrams of sodium per day. Just 2 servings of deli meat can put you at your entire daily limit. But sodium isn't the only issue. These meats contain preservatives called nitrates and nitrites. These chemicals help keep the meat looking pink and fresh, but when they're digested, they can form compounds called nitrosamines, which research has linked to increased inflammation and higher risk of colorectal cancer. A large study published in the British Medical Journal tracked over 500,000 people and found that eating just 50 grams of processed meat per day, that's about 2 slices, increased the risk of colorectal cancer by 18%. What to eat? Instead, here's the good news. You don't have to give up convenient protein. Instead of processed deli meats, try these alternatives. Fresh roasted chicken or turkey. On Sunday, Roast a chicken breast or turkey breast with just herbs and a little olive oil. Slice it thin and keep it in your refrigerator for sandwiches throughout the week. It tastes better, and you control exactly what goes into it. Canned, wild-caught salmon or sardines. I know, some of you might be making a face right now. But hear me out. These are incredibly convenient, packed with protein and omega-3 fatty acids that fight inflammation. Mash them up with a little olive oil, lemon, and herbs. Delicious on whole grain crackers or bread. Hard-boiled eggs. Keep a few in your fridge. They're perfect for a quick snack or sliced on a sandwich. One egg has 6 grams of protein and nutrients that support brain health. Hummus with vegetables. Not a traditional meat, but a chickpea-based spread like hummus gives you protein, fiber, and it's filling. Spread it on whole grain bread with cucumbers, tomatoes, and lettuce. The key is planning ahead just a little bit. Spend an hour on the weekend preparing real, whole food proteins, and you'll have convenient options all week long. Food number 2, white bread, white rice, and refined grains. The second food category that can cause silent damage is white bread, white rice, white pasta, and other refined grains. And I know this might be difficult to hear because these foods are comfort foods. They're what we grew up with. But let me explain what happens when you eat them now. The problem: when grains are refined, the outer bran and the inner germ are removed. What's left is mostly pure starch, which your body breaks down into sugar very quickly. This causes your blood sugar to spike rapidly. Now, when you were younger, your body could handle those spikes more easily. But after 60, your body's insulin response isn't as efficient. Research shows that insulin sensitivity decreases by about 1% per year after age 50. That means your body has a harder time moving sugar out of your bloodstream and into your cells where it's needed for energy. The result? Higher blood sugar levels, which over time increase your risk for type 2 diabetes. The Centers for Disease Control estimates that over 25% of adults over 65 have diabetes, and many more have prediabetes without even knowing it. But here's something else that doesn't get talked about enough. Those blood sugar spikes and crashes affect your energy and your brain. After eating white bread or white rice, you might feel tired, foggy, or irritable a couple of hours later. That's the crash. Refined grains also lack fiber. And fiber is absolutely critical for digestive health, cholesterol management, and keeping you feeling full and satisfied. Without it, you're hungry again quickly, which can lead to overeating. What to eat instead? The solution is simple: switch to whole grains. And I promise, once you get used to them, they taste just as good, actually better, because they have more flavor and texture. 100% whole wheat bread or sprouted grain bread. Look for bread where the first ingredient says whole wheat flour or whole grain. Sprouted grain breads are even better because they're easier to digest. Brown rice, wild rice, or quinoa. Yes, they take a bit longer to cook, but you can make a big batch and refrigerate it. Brown rice has 3 times more fiber than white rice. Whole grain pasta. Many stores now carry whole wheat pasta or pasta made from chickpeas or lentils. These give you protein and fiber along with your carbohydrates. Oats. Steel-cut oats or old-fashioned rolled oats are wonderful for breakfast. They stabilize blood sugar, lower cholesterol, and keep you full for hours. Here's a helpful tip. When you're switching from refined to whole grains, do it gradually. Start by mixing half white rice with half brown rice. Use 1 slice of whole wheat and 1 slice of white bread for your sandwich. Give your digestive system time to adjust to the extra fiber. Your body will thank you with steady energy, better digestion, and more stable blood sugar throughout the day. Food number 3, sugary breakfast cereals and pastries. The third food we need to talk about might be sitting in your pantry right now. Sugary breakfast cereals, muffins, donuts, pastries, and sweet breakfast bars. I understand the appeal. They're quick, they don't require any preparation, and honestly, they taste good. But starting your day with these foods is setting yourself up for problems that accumulate over time. The problem: Let's talk about what happens in the first hour after you eat a sugary breakfast. Let's say you have a bowl of sweetened cereal or a blueberry muffin from the bakery. Within 15 to 30 minutes, your blood sugar shoots up dramatically. Your pancreas responds by releasing a large amount of insulin to bring that sugar back down. About an hour or two later, your blood sugar drops, sometimes even lower than where you started. This is called reactive hypoglycemia. When this happens, you feel tired, shaky, irritable, and intensely hungry for more sugar. It's a vicious cycle that many people live in every single day without realizing what's causing it. But there's more. A study published in the journal Neurology found that people with higher average blood sugar levels experienced faster rates of cognitive decline and brain shrinkage as they aged. High sugar intake has been linked to memory problems and increased risk of dementia. Sugar also feeds inflammation throughout your entire body. It weakens your immune system, worsens arthritis pain, and contributes to heart disease. Most commercial muffins, even the ones that sound healthy like bran muffins or blueberry muffins, contain 30 to 50 grams of sugar. That's more than a can of soda. Your body simply cannot process that much sugar well, especially first thing in the morning. What to eat? Instead, a healthy breakfast should include protein, healthy fat, and fiber. This combination stabilizes blood sugar, keeps you full, and gives you sustained energy. Greek yogurt with berries and nuts. Plain Greek yogurt, not the flavored kind with added sugar, has twice the protein of regular yogurt. Add fresh berries for natural sweetness and antioxidants, and sprinkle on some walnuts or almonds for healthy fats. Eggs with vegetables, scrambled eggs with spinach, tomatoes, and mushrooms, or a simple omelet. Eggs provide high-quality protein and nutrients like choline that support brain health. Overnight oats. Mix old-fashioned oats with milk or unsweetened almond milk. Add chia seeds, a small amount of honey or mashed banana for sweetness, and refrigerate overnight. In the morning, top with berries and nuts. Whole grain toast with avocado and an egg. The avocado provides healthy fats, the egg gives you protein, and the whole grain bread offers fiber. This is a powerhouse breakfast. Smoothie with protein. Blend unsweetened almond milk, a handful of spinach, frozen berries, a scoop of protein powder, and a tablespoon of ground flaxseed. You get vitamins, minerals, protein, and omega-3s all in one glass. When you eat a balanced breakfast like these, you'll notice something remarkable. Your energy stays steady, you don't get that mid-morning crash, and you're not ravenous by lunchtime. Your mood is better. Your thinking is clearer. One of the kindest things you can do for your body is start the day right. We're making great progress. We've covered 3 major food categories so far: processed deli meats, refined grains, and sugary breakfast foods. Each of these can be easily replaced with healthier, more nourishing options. Now let's continue with more foods that might be causing silent damage. And remember, knowledge is power. The more you understand about how these foods affect your body, the better choices you can make. The 4th food category we need to discuss is fried foods. French fries, fried chicken, fried fish, onion rings, donuts, potato chips, and anything else cooked in hot oil at high temperatures. Now, I know fried foods are delicious. That crispy texture, that satisfying crunch, there's a reason why we love them. But as we age, our bodies simply cannot handle fried foods the way they once could. The problem: when foods are fried at high temperatures, several harmful things happen. First, the oils used, often vegetable oils like soybean, corn, or canola oil, break down and create compounds called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These are toxic molecules that accelerate aging and increase inflammation throughout your body. Research from Mount Sinai School of Medicine found that older adults who consumed high levels of AGEs had higher markers of inflammation and oxidative stress, which are linked to heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's disease, and kidney problems. Fried foods are also extremely high in unhealthy fats. Your gallbladder, which helps digest fats, becomes less efficient with age. Many people over 60 notice they can't tolerate greasy foods like they used to. You might feel nauseous, bloated, or experience indigestion. That's your body sending you a clear message. But here's something particularly important for your heart. Trans fats and excessive omega-6 fatty acids in fried foods raise your LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, and lower your HDL cholesterol, the good kind. They also make your blood more likely to clot, increasing stroke risk. A study published in the journal Heart followed over 100,000 women and found that those who ate fried foods daily had a 37% higher risk of heart failure compared to those who ate fried foods less than once a week. And let's talk about weight. Fried foods are incredibly calorie-dense, often twice as many calories as the same food prepared differently. A medium serving of French fries has about 400 calories, mostly from oil. As our metabolism naturally slows with age, those extra calories accumulate quickly, leading to weight gain that stresses your joints, your heart, and increases diabetes risk. What to eat? Instead, the good news is that you can still enjoy crispy, delicious foods. You just need to prepare them differently. Air-fried or oven-roasted foods. An air fryer uses hot circulating air to create a crispy exterior with just a tiny spray of oil. You can make fried chicken, crispy potato wedges, fish, even vegetables this way. They taste remarkably similar to fried foods, but with a fraction of the fat and none of the toxic compounds. Baked sweet potato fries. Slice sweet potatoes into wedges, toss with a small amount of olive oil, sprinkle with paprika or herbs, and bake at 425 degrees until crispy. Sweet potatoes give you fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that white potatoes lack. Grilled or baked fish. Instead of fried fish, try salmon, cod, or halibut baked with lemon and herbs or grilled with a light brush of olive oil. You'll get all the protein and omega-3s without the inflammatory oils. Roasted chickpeas. For a crunchy snack instead of chips, drain and rinse a can of chickpeas, pat them dry, toss with olive oil and your favorite seasonings, and roast at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes. They're crispy, satisfying, and full of protein and fiber. Nuts. When you're craving something crunchy and salty, a small handful of unsalted or lightly salted almonds, walnuts, or cashews gives you healthy fats, protein, and actually benefits your heart instead of harming it. I want you to try this experiment. Go 1 week without any fried foods. Notice how you feel. Many people report less joint pain, better digestion, more energy, and even clearer thinking. Your body will tell you it's happier. Food number 5, full-fat dairy, excessive amounts. The 5th food category requires a bit of nuance. Full-fat dairy products like whole milk, regular cheese, butter, cream, and ice cream. Now, let me be very clear. I'm not saying dairy is evil or that you need to eliminate it completely. But excessive consumption of full-fat dairy, especially as we age, can cause problems. The problem: as we get older, our bodies become more sensitive to saturated fat. This is the type of fat found in animal products, and it directly raises LDL cholesterol levels. The American Heart Association recommends that adults limit saturated fat to less than 6% of total daily calories. For most people, that's about 13 grams per day. Here's the reality. Just 1 cup of whole milk contains 5 grams of saturated fat. 1 ounce of cheddar cheese has 6 grams. A tablespoon of butter has 7 grams. You can see how quickly this adds up, especially if you're having cheese on your sandwich, butter on your toast, and ice cream for dessert. High saturated fat intake increases your risk of heart disease and stroke, the leading causes of death for people over 65. It also contributes to arterial plaque buildup, which reduces blood flow to your brain, heart, and other vital organs. There's also the issue of lactose intolerance, which becomes more common with age. The enzyme that breaks down lactose decreases as we get older, leading to bloating, gas, and digestive discomfort. Additionally, some research suggests that high dairy consumption, particularly from conventional sources, may increase inflammation in certain individuals due to hormones and proteins in milk. But here's what I want to emphasize. Dairy does provide important nutrients: calcium, vitamin D, protein. The question is, how can you get those benefits without the downsides? What to eat instead? The solution is choosing lower-fat options and being mindful of portions, while also incorporating non-dairy sources of the same nutrients. Low-fat or fat-free milk. If you drink milk regularly, switching from whole milk to 1% or skim milk cuts the saturated fat dramatically while keeping all the calcium and protein. Many people don't notice a taste difference, especially in coffee or cereal. Greek yogurt. Plain, low fat. This is one of my favorite recommendations. It has twice the protein of regular yogurt, probiotics for gut health, and when you choose low-fat versions, very little saturated fat. Add your own fruit instead of buying the pre-sweetened flavored kinds. Cheese in moderation. Instead of eliminating cheese, use it as a garnish rather than the main ingredient. Stronger flavored cheeses like sharp cheddar, feta, or Parmesan allow you to use less while still getting that cheese flavor you love. Plant-based milk alternatives. Unsweetened almond milk, oat milk, or soy milk can be excellent substitutes, especially if you're lactose intolerant. Many are fortified with calcium and vitamin D. Soy milk also provides protein comparable to cow's milk. Nutritional yeast. This might sound strange if you've never tried it, but nutritional yeast has a cheesy, nutty flavor and is packed with B vitamins. Sprinkle it on popcorn, pasta, or vegetables for a cheese-like taste without any saturated fat. Calcium from other sources. Dark leafy greens like collard greens, kale, and bok choy are rich in calcium. So are sardines, with bones, almonds, white beans, and fortified orange juice. Here's a practical tip. If you love cheese, have a small amount of really good quality cheese that you truly enjoy, rather than larger amounts of mediocre cheese out of habit. Savor it. Make it special. Quality over quantity. And remember, we're talking about balance. A little butter on your vegetables is fine. A small scoop of ice cream on a special occasion won't harm you. It's the daily, excessive consumption that accumulates into problems over time. Food number 6, high-sodium canned soups and packaged meals. The 6th food category that's causing silent damage is high-sodium canned soups, frozen dinners, and packaged convenience meals. These are marketed as quick, easy solutions, especially for those of us who live alone or don't feel like cooking elaborate meals. But the convenience comes at a serious cost. The problem. Let me tell you exactly what's in these products. A single can of typical chicken noodle soup contains between 800 to 1,200 milligrams of sodium per serving, and most cans contain 2 servings. That's nearly your entire daily sodium limit in one meal. Frozen dinners are even worse. Many contain 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams of sodium in a single tray. Packaged rice and pasta sides, instant noodles, boxed mac and cheese, they're all loaded with salt. Why is this such a problem after 60? Your kidneys are not as efficient at filtering and excreting excess sodium. When sodium builds up in your bloodstream, it pulls water into your blood vessels, increasing blood volume and blood pressure. This forces your heart to work harder with every single beat. High blood pressure, or hypertension, is called the silent killer because you don't feel it happening. But it's steadily damaging your arteries, your heart, your brain, and your kidneys. According to the CDC, nearly 2/3 of adults over 60 have high blood pressure. Excess sodium also causes fluid retention. You might notice swelling in your ankles, feet, or hands. Your rings feel tight. Your shoes don't fit comfortably by the end of the day. This isn't just uncomfortable. It's a sign that your body is struggling. There's another issue. Many of these convenience foods are made with refined grains, contain very little protein or vegetables, and are full of preservatives and artificial flavors. They simply don't provide the nutrition your body needs. A study in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology found that reducing sodium intake by just 1,000 milligrams per day resulted in significant blood pressure reductions, especially in older adults. That translates to a lower risk of heart attack and stroke. What to eat instead? I understand that cooking from scratch every day isn't realistic for everyone, but there are ways to have convenient meals that are actually good for you. Low sodium or no salt added canned soups. Many brands now offer these options. Yes, they might taste bland at first, but add your own herbs, garlic, lemon juice, or a splash of vinegar. You control the flavor without the excessive salt. Homemade soup in big batches. If you're able, make a large pot of vegetable soup or chicken soup on the weekend. Use low-sodium broth, lots of vegetables, beans, and lean protein. Freeze individual portions. Now you have your own healthy convenience meals ready to go. Fresh or frozen vegetables instead of canned. Canned vegetables are often packed with salt. Fresh is best, but frozen vegetables are flash frozen at peak ripeness and have just as many nutrients, sometimes more than fresh. And they have no added sodium. Rotisserie chicken. Many grocery stores sell plain rotisserie chickens. Take the meat off the bones and use it for quick meals throughout the week. Chicken salad, chicken with roasted vegetables, chicken tacos with fresh toppings. It's real food. Minimal processing. Simple grain bowls. Cook a batch of brown rice or quinoa. Each day, top it with different combinations. Black beans, salsa, and avocado one day. Grilled vegetables and hummus another day. Leftover chicken with steamed broccoli on another. It takes 5 minutes to assemble, and it's infinitely healthier than a frozen dinner. Prepared, fresh options. Many grocery stores now have sections with pre-cut vegetables, pre-washed greens, and simple grilled proteins. These cost a bit more but require zero prep. Steam some broccoli in the microwave, add grilled chicken from the deli, and you have a nutritious meal in minutes. Herbs and spices. Stock your cabinet with garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, cumin, oregano, basil, black pepper, and lemon pepper. These add tremendous flavor without any sodium. Fresh herbs like parsley, cilantro, and basil are even better. Here's an important mindset shift. Convenience doesn't have to mean processed. With just a little planning, cooking extra portions when you do cook, keeping healthy staples on hand, you can have convenient meals that nourish your body instead of harming it. Your heart, your kidneys, and your blood pressure will improve dramatically when you reduce sodium. Many people are able to reduce or eliminate blood pressure medications when they make this single change. Always work with your doctor, but know that this is powerful. Food number 7. Artificially sweetened diet drinks and foods. The 7th food category might surprise you because many people think they're making a healthy choice. Diet sodas, sugar-free desserts, and foods sweetened with artificial sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, saccharin, and acesulfame potassium. These products are marketed as healthier alternatives to sugar, especially for people watching their weight or managing diabetes. But the research on artificial sweeteners is increasingly concerning, particularly for older adults. The problem. Let's start with what happens in your brain. When you taste something sweet, your brain expects calories and sugar to follow. With artificial sweeteners, that doesn't happen. Your brain gets confused. Over time, this can actually increase sugar cravings and make you more likely to overeat later. Research from the journal Stroke followed nearly 3,000 adults over age 45 for 10 years. Those who drank diet soda daily had 3 times the risk of stroke and dementia compared to those who drank less than 1 per week. 3 times. That's a significant finding. Another study published in the Canadian Medical Association Journal reviewed 37 studies involving over 400,000 people and found that artificial sweeteners were associated with increased risk of weight gain, diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease, the very conditions people are often trying to prevent by choosing diet products. How is this possible? Scientists believe that artificial sweeteners alter your gut bacteria, the trillions of beneficial microorganisms in your digestive system that influence everything from immunity to mood to metabolism. When your gut bacteria are disrupted, it can lead to glucose intolerance, a precursor to diabetes, inflammation, and weight gain. There's also evidence that some artificial sweeteners may affect how your body responds to real sugar. Your insulin response becomes confused, potentially worsening blood sugar control rather than helping it. Diet sodas are also highly acidic and can erode tooth enamel and contribute to bone loss, particularly concerning for older adults already at risk for osteoporosis. And let's be honest about something else. Diet sodas and sugar-free treats keep you psychologically attached to sweet tastes. They don't retrain your palate to appreciate less sweet, more natural flavors. You're still stuck in that cycle of craving intense sweetness. What to eat instead? The goal is to gradually reduce your reliance on intense sweetness altogether while finding satisfying alternatives. Water with natural flavor. Add slices of lemon, lime, cucumber, fresh mint, or berries to plain or sparkling water. You get refreshing flavor without any sweeteners. Keep a pitcher in your refrigerator. Herbal tea, hot or iced, unsweetened herbal teas come in dozens of naturally sweet flavors: cinnamon, vanilla, berry, apple. They're hydrating and often contain beneficial antioxidants. Naturally sweet whole foods. If you're craving something sweet, reach for fresh fruit: berries, melon, an orange, an apple. You get natural sweetness plus fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants. Your body knows what to do with real food. Small amounts of real sugar or honey. This might sound counterintuitive, but a teaspoon of honey in your tea or a small amount of real sugar in your coffee is actually better than artificial sweeteners. Your body knows how to process it, and the small amount won't cause problems for most people. The key word is small. Dates or banana for baking. When you're making homemade treats, use pureed dates or mashed ripe banana as a sweetener. They provide sweetness along with nutrients and fiber. Cinnamon. This wonderful spice adds a perception of sweetness without any actual sugar. Sprinkle it on oatmeal, in coffee, on yogurt, or on baked sweet potato. Gradual reduction. If you're currently drinking multiple diet sodas daily, don't try to quit all at once. Replace one per day with flavored water. After a week, replace another. Gradually wean yourself off. Your taste buds will adjust, and within a few weeks, diet soda will actually taste too sweet and artificial. I've seen this transformation in countless people. Once they break free from artificial sweeteners, they start to truly taste and appreciate real food. An apple tastes incredibly sweet. Roasted carrots are like candy. Your palate becomes more sensitive and sophisticated. Give yourself permission to let go of the diet food mentality. It hasn't served you. Real food in sensible portions is always the answer. We've covered 7 foods so far, and I know this is a lot of information. But you're doing great by simply learning and being open to making changes. Knowledge truly is power when it comes to your health. We have 2 more important food categories to discuss. Foods that are particularly problematic for aging bodies. And then we'll wrap up with some practical strategies to help you implement all of this in your daily life. Food number 8, excessive alcohol. The 8th category we need to talk about is alcohol. And I want to approach this with sensitivity and honesty, because for many people, having a glass of wine with dinner or a beer in the evening is a cherished ritual. It's social, it's relaxing, and it's been part of your life for many years. But here's the truth. Your body's ability to process alcohol changes significantly as you age, and what was once a harmless habit can become problematic after 60. The problem. Let me explain what's different now. As we age, our bodies contain less water and more fat tissue. Alcohol is distributed through body water, so with less water in your system, the same amount of alcohol results in higher blood alcohol concentrations. Essentially, one drink now affects you more than it did 20 years ago. Your liver, which is responsible for breaking down alcohol, also becomes less efficient with age. It takes longer to metabolize alcohol, meaning it stays in your system longer. This is why you might notice that hangovers are worse now, or that you feel the effects more quickly. But the problems go much deeper than how alcohol makes you feel in the moment. First, let's talk about your brain. Alcohol is a neurotoxin, meaning it damages brain cells. Research published in the journal JAMA Network Open found that even moderate drinking, 7 to 14 drinks per week, was associated with brain shrinkage and cognitive decline in older adults. The areas most affected were those involved in memory and thinking. Another study from the University of Oxford scanning over 25,000 people found that there is no safe level of alcohol consumption when it comes to brain health. Every drink causes measurable changes. Alcohol also interferes with sleep, particularly deep REM sleep, which is critical for memory consolidation and cellular repair. You might fall asleep quickly after drinking, but the quality of that sleep is poor. You wake up feeling unrefreshed. Let's talk about medication interactions. If you're taking medications, and most people over 60 take at least one prescription, alcohol can interact dangerously. It can make blood pressure medications less effective, increase bleeding risk if you take aspirin or blood thinners, and cause dangerous drops in blood sugar if you're on diabetes medications. Alcohol is also extremely dehydrating, and older adults are already at higher risk for dehydration. It depletes essential nutrients including B vitamins, magnesium, and vitamin D. For women especially, even small amounts of alcohol increase breast cancer risk. The more you drink, the higher the risk. And here's something that doesn't get discussed enough. Alcohol increases fall risk. It affects balance, coordination, and judgment. Falls are the leading cause of injury and death for people over 65. A fractured hip or head injury can fundamentally change your independence and quality of life. Finally, alcohol contains empty calories, about 100 to 150 calories per drink, with zero nutritional value. If you're having 2 drinks daily, that's an extra 1,000 to 1,500 calories per week, contributing to weight gain. What to do? Instead, I'm not necessarily telling you to completely abstain from alcohol, though that would be the healthiest choice. What I'm saying is, be honest about how much you're drinking and what it might be costing you. Reduce frequency and quantity. If you're currently drinking every day, try having alcohol only on weekends. If you're having 2 or 3 drinks, cut back to 1. The current recommendation for older adults is no more than 1 drink per day for women and 2 for men. But honestly, less is better. Alcohol-free days. Commit to at least 3 to 4 alcohol-free days each week. Give your liver time to recover and your body time to heal. Mocktails and alternatives. Try sparkling water with a splash of cranberry juice and lime, or herbal tea blends designed to be relaxing in the evening. Kombucha, a fermented tea, can provide that sophisticated adult beverage feel without the alcohol. Address the underlying need. Often we drink for reasons beyond taste, to relax, to ease loneliness, to cope with stress or pain. If this resonates with you, explore other ways to meet those needs. A warm bath, gentle stretching, calling a friend, reading, prayer, or meditation. These serve you better in the long run. Non-alcoholic beer and wine. The quality of these products has improved dramatically. Many taste remarkably similar to their alcoholic counterparts, but without the negative effects. Mindful drinking. When you do choose to drink, do it mindfully. Sip slowly. Savor it. Have a full glass of water between drinks. Eat food with your drink to slow alcohol absorption. Here's what I want you to consider. Try going 30 days without any alcohol and pay attention to how you feel. Notice your sleep quality, your energy levels, your mood, your thinking. Many people are shocked at how much better they feel. It can be revelatory. You deserve to feel your absolute best. If alcohol is getting in the way of that, even a little bit, you have the power to change it. Food number 9, charred and grilled meats. The 9th and final food category is one that many people don't think about. Heavily charred or grilled meats, especially red meat cooked at high temperatures until it's blackened or charred. Summer barbecues, grilled steaks, charred burgers, these are traditions and pleasures. But the way meat is cooked matters tremendously, and cooking methods that create that blackened char come with serious health risks. The problem: when meat, particularly red meat like beef, pork, or lamb, is cooked at very high temperatures, either by grilling directly over flames or by frying, it creates compounds called heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs. These are formed when the amino acids, sugars, and creatine in muscle meat react at high heat. When fat drips onto hot coals or grill flames, it causes flare-ups that deposit PAHs onto the surface of the meat. Here's why this matters. Both HCAs and PAHs are known carcinogens. They damage DNA and have been linked in numerous studies to increased risk of colorectal, pancreatic, and prostate cancers. The National Cancer Institute has documented that people who eat well-done, grilled, or barbecued meat regularly have higher cancer rates than those who eat meat cooked at lower temperatures or eat less meat overall. A large study following over 42,000 women found that those who preferred their meat very well done had a 4.6 times higher risk of breast cancer than those who ate rare or medium-done meat. Now, red meat in general, even when not charred, can be problematic in excess. It's high in saturated fat, and there's substantial evidence linking high red meat consumption to heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. The heme iron in red meat, while easily absorbed, can also promote the formation of cancer-causing compounds in the digestive tract. This is particularly relevant for colorectal cancer. And let's talk about processed red meats like bacon, sausage, and pepperoni. These were actually classified by the World Health Organization as Group 1 carcinogens, meaning there's convincing evidence they cause cancer in humans. What to eat? Instead, the solution isn't necessarily to never eat meat again, but to make smarter choices about the type of meat, how often you eat it, and how you prepare it. Choose poultry and fish more often. Chicken, turkey, and especially fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel provide excellent protein with less saturated fat. Fish gives you omega-3 fatty acids that reduce inflammation and support brain and heart health. Aim to make these your primary protein sources. Limit red meat to once or twice per week. When you do eat beef, pork, or lamb, make it a smaller portion. Think of it as a side dish rather than the centerpiece of your meal. Fill most of your plate with vegetables and whole grains. Use gentler cooking methods. Instead of grilling or frying, try baking, roasting, slow cooking, poaching, or steaming. These methods don't create the harmful compounds that high heat cooking does. A slow cooker pot roast can be incredibly tender and delicious without any charring. Marinate before cooking. Studies show that marinating meat in mixtures containing herbs, spices, lemon juice, or vinegar before cooking can reduce HCA formation by up to 90%. The antioxidants in herbs and spices provide protection. Try marinades with rosemary, thyme, garlic, and olive oil. Trim the fat and avoid flare-ups. If you do grill, trim visible fat from meat to prevent dripping and flare-ups. Keep meat away from direct flames. Turn frequently to prevent charring. Remove charred portions. If any part of the meat becomes blackened or charred, cut it off before eating. Don't consume the burnt parts. Plant-based proteins. Consider incorporating more plant proteins into your diet. Beans, lentils, chickpeas, tofu, tempeh, nuts, and seeds. These provide protein without any of the risks associated with meat, and they come packaged with fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. If you love burgers, try ground turkey or chicken burgers, or even black bean or lentil veggie burgers. Season them well with herbs and spices. Many people find they're just as satisfying as beef burgers, especially when topped with fresh vegetables. Here's a meal pattern to consider. Make fish or chicken your protein on most days. Have 1 or 2 meals per week with beans or lentils as the main protein. Limit red meat to once a week or less, and when you do have it, keep portions modest and use gentle cooking methods. This pattern aligns with the Mediterranean diet and the Blue Zone's diet, eating patterns associated with the longest, healthiest lifespans in the world. Your body will respond beautifully to this shift. Less inflammation, better cholesterol levels, easier digestion, and reduced cancer risk. Practical implementation. Making these changes work in real life. All right, my friends, we've covered a lot of ground today. 9 major food categories that can silently damage your aging body, and healthier alternatives for each one. Your head might be spinning a little bit right now, and you might be thinking, this is overwhelming. How do I actually do this? Let me give you a practical roadmap. Step 1. Don't try to change everything at once. This is the most important piece of advice I can give you. If you try to overhaul your entire diet tomorrow, you'll likely feel deprived, overwhelmed, and give up within a week. Instead, pick just 1 or 2 changes to start with. Choose the ones that feel most doable or most important for your specific health concerns. For example, if you have high blood pressure, start by reducing sodium. Switch from canned soup to homemade or low-sodium versions. If you're concerned about memory and brain health, eliminate or drastically reduce alcohol. If you have diabetes or prediabetes, focus first on swapping refined grains for whole grains. Make that one change a solid habit. Give it 2 to 3 weeks until it feels natural. Then add another change. Step 2. Focus on addition, not just subtraction. Instead of obsessing about what you're removing, get excited about what you're adding. You're adding more colorful vegetables, more omega-3 rich fish, more fiber-rich beans and whole grains, more antioxidant-packed berries. When your plate is full of nourishing, delicious food, you won't feel deprived. You'll feel energized and satisfied. Step 3. Meal prep and planning. I know meal planning sounds tedious, but it doesn't have to be complicated. Here's a simple approach. Sunday preparation. Spend 1 to 2 hours on Sunday doing some basic prep. Wash and chop vegetables. Cook a big pot of brown rice or quinoa. Bake or grill several chicken breasts. Boil a dozen eggs. Make a big batch of soup or chili. Now you have components ready to go. Throughout the week, you can quickly assemble meals. Monday, grilled chicken with roasted vegetables and brown rice. Tuesday, vegetable soup with whole grain bread and a side salad. Wednesday, quinoa bowl with black beans, salsa, avocado. Thursday, baked fish with steamed broccoli and sweet potato. Friday, turkey chili with a side of greens. You're not cooking from scratch every single night, but you're eating real, nourishing food. Step 4. Keep healthy foods visible and convenient. We eat what's easy and what's in front of us. So make the healthy choices the easy choices. Keep a bowl of fresh fruit on your counter, apples, oranges, bananas. Pre-wash and cut vegetables and keep them at eye level in clear containers in your fridge. Keep nuts in small portions ready to grab. Have hard-boiled eggs peeled and ready. Meanwhile, keep the less healthy options out of sight, or better yet, out of the house entirely. If cookies aren't in your pantry, you can't eat them in a moment of weakness. Step 5. Read labels. Start reading nutrition labels, particularly the sodium content and the ingredient list. If sodium is over 400 milligrams per serving, it's high. If the ingredient list is long and full of words you can't pronounce, it's heavily processed. Put it back. Choose products with short, simple ingredient lists made from real foods you recognize. Step 6. Stay hydrated. Sometimes what we interpret as hunger is actually thirst. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses of water per day. Keep a water bottle with you. Drink a glass when you wake up, before each meal, and throughout the day. Proper hydration helps every system in your body function better. Your digestion, your joints, your skin, your kidneys, even your thinking. Step 7. Be kind to yourself. You're going to have days when you eat the fried chicken at a family gathering or have dessert at a birthday party. That's okay. That's life. One meal won't derail your health. What matters is what you do most of the time, your consistent patterns, not occasional indulgences. Don't beat yourself up. Don't engage in all or nothing thinking. Just get back to your healthy habits the very next meal. Step 8. Find cooking methods you enjoy. If cooking feels like a chore, it's going to be hard to sustain. Experiment until you find methods you actually enjoy. Maybe it's slow cooker meals where you dump everything in the morning and come home to dinner ready. Maybe it's simple sheet pan meals where you throw vegetables and protein on a baking sheet and roast them. Maybe it's batch cooking once a week and freezing individual portions. There's no one right way. Find what works for your lifestyle, your abilities, and your preferences. Step 9. Involve others. If you live with a spouse or family, get them on board. Eat meals together, share the cooking. Make it a social, enjoyable experience rather than a solitary obligation. If you live alone, consider joining a cooking class for seniors at a community center, or start a meal sharing arrangement with a friend where you each cook double portions and trade. Connection around food is powerful and makes healthy eating so much easier. Step 10. Track how you feel. Keep a simple journal, even just on a calendar. Note what you ate and how you felt that day. Your energy level, your mood, your pain level, your sleep quality. After a few weeks, you'll start to see patterns. You'll notice that on days you eat well, you feel dramatically better. This positive feedback loop will motivate you to continue. The bigger picture, food as medicine. This information could literally add years to their life. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click the bell so you don't miss our future videos about health and wellness for older adults. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to make positive changes, and I'm honored to be part of your health journey. Until next time, take care of yourself. Nourish your body with good food, move gently and regularly, connect with people you love, get good sleep. These simple things, done consistently, are the foundation of a long, healthy, joyful life. I'll see you in the next video. Be well, my friends.